And welcome everybody to Waffleboard Breaks boxing up video. I just got done watching the Florida Panthers dismantle the Carolina Hurricanes in the third period to take a 3-0 lead in their playoff series. Florida Panthers are now one game away from having a chance to defend their Stanley Cup championship in the finals. So that's pretty cool. Unless you're a Canes fan, but Panthers I know are one of the best teams in the league. And they're defending champions for a reason, and they pretty much showed that tonight, and we'll see if they can close that out on Monday. But the boxing up video, which everybody loves, 25th boxing up video. So I guess the 26. I don't know if we did one for the first. Maybe we did one for the very first. So this is the 25th boxing up video. Obviously, this is our 24th reload, I guess. A 25th boxing up video. This is a 16 jerseys. This is a good batch. Proud of a lot of these. These are cool. Some of them straight from my PC, and some stuff we haven't seen in a while or ever. So pretty cool. So without further ado, here we go. First one up is the Adam Larson Seattle Kraken, and that actually has the 21-22 inaugural season patch on the front. That's a Fanatics jersey, Fanatics COA, Adam Larson. Pretty cool white Seattle jersey. You don't see tons of the white, and you definitely don't see much of the 21-22 inaugural season patches. So Adam Larson with the A as well. He was a top 3 pick for the New Jersey Devils, and bounced around a little bit, ended up at Edmonton, and then he ended up in expansion, ended up with Seattle. He's still there. He's one of their best defensemen. So Adam Larson, Seattle Kraken with the inaugural season patch. Very, very cool. Another good defenseman. It's actually my first of the Fanatics Pro models in there. This is Josh Morrissey, Fanatics Pro model. And this is the one that came with a letter from the Pro Hockey Players Association, which is really cool. First time I've had that. I've had them from teams I've had produced, but I've never had one from the Pro Hockey Players Association. So we'll be able to check that out when that hits. That's a really cool COA. You don't get many of those. Josh Morrissey with the Winnipeg Jets with the Fanatics Pro as they put the Adidas. That's the first Fanatics Pro I've had. Very good. This is a Washington Capitals. This is a rep, but this is pretty cool. Sergei Gonchar, Reebok. There it is. And that's an AJ COA. That's a Sergei Gonchar, number 55. Probably ends up in the Hall of Fame. Surprised he didn't get picked the last couple of years. Obviously, he won a cup, and then he's won a couple as a in the front office, I believe, or assistant coach or anything. So Sergei Gonchar, it'd be nice to see him get in at some point. We got this. This is pretty cool. This is the it's Fanatics Anaheim Ducks Reverse Retro 2.0 Trevor Zegras. That's a pretty cool one. That's got the Fanatics COA as well. Trevor Zegras, number 11. That's the second gen of the reverse retro with the duck face on the front of that, which is pretty cool. Nice to get that in there. This, I'm sure, is going to be pretty popular. Obviously, this is a great jersey. This is a vintage Fanatics. Owen Nolan, former first overall pick of the Quebec Nordiques. Owen Nolan, very nice. AJ COA, the Quebec Nordiques. Owen Nolan, Fanatics vintage. The baby blue, the blue with the fleur de lis. It's a pretty cool jersey. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, they're saying we just hit the Cairo and replacing it in Vladimir Tarasenko, where he started. Really beautiful jersey, really beautiful sig. Anybody that collects cards knows how tough he was to get. And a lot of his stuff didn't get sent back. And I know Panini had some of his hard signed stuff and then the stickers. But Tarasenko, obviously still playing, veteran player in the league. Vladimir Tarasenko. Here we go. I believe it's the first American captain of the Montreal Canadiens. And this comes with an ACA, COA, letter of authenticity. This is a Max Pacioretty. Obviously, he played pretty well in the playoffs this year. I think he's 36 now, so we'll see if he gets a contract to play again next year. He's with Toronto in the playoffs this year, but that's a nice max pack already from the Florida or the Montreal Canadiens. Like I said, we've been hitting a lot of Rangers lately, and we have to replace that obviously with the Brian Leetch, Hall of Famer, Stanley Cup champion. Brian Leetch, AJ COA, the silver paint pen. Brian Leetch 2 AJs. Brian Leetch, very nice, all sewn on. Okay. Coming back again, we have a really, really nice Toronto Maple Leafs Reebok Eddie Shack. There you go, and that's got a Frozen Pond COA. Eddie Shack, back when the Maple Leafs were winning cups. I'm sure their fans would love to see them get back to that point again, but Eddie Shack, Reebok. Oh, this is pretty cool. Obviously, you guys check out the pictures on the Facebook page. This is Adidas alternate Columbus Blue Jackets, Patrick Laine with the cannon. So that's their kind of bluish and the grayish and the off-white. Patrick Laine, now with the Montreal Canadiens, AJ Sports, COA. Really, really cool. Patrick Laine, Adidas, alternate Columbus Blue Jackets. One of the greatest defensemen in NHL history, Nicholas Lidstrom, Detroit Red Wings. There it is. Nice blue ink. Nick on the 5, Nicholas Lidstrom. That is a Fanatics vintage, and I believe I'm sure that probably has the C on that. Let me see if I can see it in the pictures. Let me see. That does not have the C. So that's Nicholas Lidstrom, Fanatics vintage, Detroit Red Wings, blue ink sig, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest defensemen in NHL history, of course. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Like I said, this does not have a COA, but it looks, I mean, I have his signed jersey of his in my PC, and I have signed cards as well. And I'm 100% sure this is his SIG. I'm sure if you wanted to get it authenticated, I definitely would recommend doing that if you wanted to have it authenticated. But I just couldn't not have this in there. This is an absolutely beautiful CCM All-Star Game jersey with the All-Star Game patch and the Colorado Avalanche patch. And this has got that dark green from the All-Star Game that year. And that is Rob Blake, one of the greatest defensemen in NHL history, Hall of Famer, Stanley Cup champion, Rob Blake CCM All-Star Game jersey from the Minnesota All-Star Game. So, because you don't see many CCMs anymore. You don't see many of the All-Star Games from that era. Had to grab that. Had to put it in there. If somebody's unhappy with hitting or chasing that, please let me know. But even without the COA, that's an absolutely stunning jersey piece. And, also, Detroit Red Wings, captain of the team currently, Dylan Larkin. There it is with the NHL debut, 10/9/15 personalization. Beautiful, beautiful SIG. Dylan Larkin, Fanatics, COA. Very, very nice. Nice to get that in there. We have Larkin, or we haven't had him in quite some time. And here we go. Say Whites away, former Vezina Trophy winner, Linus Ullmark, Boston Bruins. There it is, Linus Ullmark, 35, white Adidas Boston Bruin jersey. Just an absolute beautiful piece. Obviously, he's with the Sens. Oh, again, this is a Hall of Fame heavy defense reload. Paul Coffey, another one of the greatest offensive defensemen in NHL history. And that's an AJ COA on a Fanatics vintage. Paul Coffey, 77. There we go. Lidstrom and Coffey. And it's a nice bunch of defensemen. Even the current ones, Josh Morrison. And to round it out, we have a beautiful Adidas Patrick Kane, Chicago Blackhawks, future Hall of Famer, Framework COA, Patrick Kane. There it is. Absolutely beautiful. Haven't had him in there for a while. Nice to get him back for you guys to chase. Everybody needs a Patty Kane autograph jersey in their collection. So good luck with the chases on these. Some beautiful jerseys. I'm sure there'll be some battles for some of them. And, like I said, I don't think anybody's going to be unhappy when they hit anything out of this reload. So good luck, everybody. Spots are live in the end tomorrow. Obviously, this is Saturday evening we're doing this. So I'll be boxing these up, shuffling them up, and then tomorrow early I will number them up, and because I will not know who's in what. So I like to be surprised as much as you guys. But these are all going in, 16 new boxes. They're going to be boxes 94 through 11. So we'll see them. They're going to be on the shelf on the left. Everything's going to be evened out on the right. Of course, just got to even out my piles. But good luck, everybody. Thank you very much. The 25th reload. This is getting boxed up right now, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you very much. Waffleboard Breaks. Looking forward to it. Take care.